Well, what if I just start right now? Ha ha ha. Very good evening, everybody. Mayday here. Welcome to episode number 5 of TGC Tour's Major Championship Design Challenge Playthrough. I'm your host and coordinator, Mayday. This evening, our 5th playthrough is going to be Big Pine Valley GC by Vlad the Mert on the forums. Just a quick clarification before we go through the normal disclaimers before we start this stream. Vlad currently sits as an alternate in this competition, not currently part of the field of 24. However, he is the first alternate. So if for any reason any of our 24 contestants do not finish prior to the midnight April 15th deadline, Vlad's course officially joins the field of 24, and all alternates in the contest were promised a live playthrough and live stream. We're going to treat them just like the other contest courses, at least in terms of the shows here, and that's exactly what we are doing this evening. So, some of the disclaimers and background, you all know the drill by now. This was the 5th course published, that's why we're playing at number 5. Courses are going to be streamed on a first published, first played basis. These are meant to be casual playthroughs. I may do some minor critiquing. That's the design nerd in me. I can't help myself. Playing these courses pretty much sight unseen. I have flown around to take a couple of screenshots for the splash screens that you see up on the forum. But otherwise, I'm going into this blind, and the opinions I make playing these the first time, mine and mine alone. They don't necessarily reflect the views of the TGC Tours administration, the judging panel, or anybody else in regard to this course in the contest. And as always, if you want to get with me offline and chat further about your course, I'm more than happy to do so, but just please make your mama proud. So, Big Pine Valley Golf course is where we are teeing off next, and let's get this party started. Round 1 conditions are high and out of the northeast for the winds, fast, firm conditions. TK's in the house. I'll be joining he and Scob a little bit later on tonight for the Diamond Cutters. That will be coming up at 8 o'clock Eastern on TK's channel. Following the conclusion of Diamond Cutters, I will jump back on my stream for another playthrough. We'll be playing Empire Pines by Dylan Bronson, one I'm really looking forward to giving a go. Let's see, I did miss some polls. T2 Mayday. I think I noticed this too when the first time I did this. Just the tee boxes. I mean, it's a little extra trick. He's sunk the bucket of range balls in and surrounded the tee markers. Just a neat little touch. So let's see. We got a split fairway right off the bat. The right side, it's probably the safer carry. And I'm guessing that's what the thought is here. Right side safer, but then you got tree trouble, so trying to force the player either to bail out safe here and leave a longer shot in, or try to attack this little neck of a fairway right here that's guarded by bunkers. I do believe that's the intent. Let's check her out. Got some people standing up on the top of the hill watching. Undoubtedly will be mocking me if I have the tempo issues I had on Timber Knoll. I'm not even going to say the course kicked my butt that time. HB kicked my butt on that one. Yeah, that was not fun. Okay, so here Vlad just kind of a personal preference thing. I'm imagining, how guys are going to try to mow this. So I normally, what I like trying to do with these bunkers is right where my grade drops off is where I'll put my cut of fairway. So the fairway will be on the flatter plane, and then it'll be rough or heavy rough going down to the face of the bunker. It's more, like I said, it's more just kind of an aesthetic personal preference thing, but I know that's the way I kind of like to do it. Let's see, playing 160, probably about 162, because the wind is helping slightly. That should be decent. And it caused that little false front and didn't get any roll, but that's all right. We'll take that. I'm cranked up all the way to 187. Because I so much love on putting on 187s. That did not move nearly as much as I thought it would. Holy smokes. Oh well, we're in with a par. I'm beginning to wonder, is this potentially drivable? Really kind of a riff on a Cape style hole here. How much do you dare to bite off the tee? And this is... Oh boy, Vlad, you are tempting me, aren't you? You are really tempting me with this wind. You are really tempting me. So I think the somewhat safe play would probably try to bail it out in this little area here. Just try to flop up and down. Well, I've got an 11-mile-an-hour tailwind, and we're playing down 52. So it's really playing less than 300 all the way there. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to take the pin dead on. I just want to be in the rough there just right of the green. That's where I'm playing this shot. And that's where we ended up. Okay. Detail moment. That is cool. The U.S. Open, right there. That's cool. Nice touch with the flowers. Second course that we've seen with kind of a flower salute to either America or the U.S. Open. Todd Driver had a couple of American flags that he put into his course. Okay. 80% lie, and it did not check a lick. Oh well. Oh, we almost brought her through the side door. Alright, so I did not make the best of that one. Oh yeah, no, I mean, I probably could have laid back with you know, an iron or maybe even like a 2 hybrid, left myself like a flip little wedge in, but see, that's the thing. I mean, a lot of the mindset of these top guys is going to be to go for it because they're thinking, okay, this is a chance at birdie, maybe eagle. Right? They're not thinking of what could go wrong. All right, not a ton of green to work with, but a nice little backstop here. Okay, when I did the tour to get my photos, I was kind of wondering which way this green played into. I actually really like how he's set this up. It frames nicely. It's a really narrow target to hit, but got some nice bold contours on this green. You can easily see, I mean, he's playing to the tiers. I mean, and that is really heavily sculpted. I'm not sure if he might tuck a pin back here. But, I mean, you can see 4 really clear defined areas where pins should go. Oh, I wish that wind would switch back into my face here. Oh, very nice sight lines here. I like this. We fasted it, but we also had a line that went left. I think that might work out all right. Ooh. Stone dead. Did not get up at all. I am just barely missing my spots tonight. And as I should, I'm getting... There we go. Well, I'm undoubtedly biased. See if I'm saying this right. Marquez? Is that how we say it? I'm personally biased. I've had this series since TGC 1. Full disclosure, I'm a golf and design nerd. And so for me, I can say without question I have played this series more than any other video game ever. But that's just because I'm a uber golf design nerd. So take that for what it's worth. I find the designer... Oh, Mark Echoes. There we go. Apologies for completely butchering your handle there. But, put the emphasis on the wrong syllable. Yeah, gameplay is decent. The designer is really immersive. It's more of a sim, so, I mean, if you're looking for, if you're expecting, everybody's golf or, some of the cartoony things that the Tiger Rory series had with power-ups and stuff like that, you're not going to find that here, but, we bang on the game occasionally, but as far as golf sims go, this is pretty darn good. That was on me. I wanted to fast that, not very fast. And am I going to pay the price? Yes, I am. Oh dear, am I going to pay the price. I have left myself in a bad way here. Wow. Yeah, I screwed myself on that one. I royally screwed myself. I couldn't even tell you how many hours I have in the game. But it's got to be thousands. Oh, jeez. I think we found the Pine basement. Holy cats. That is an extremely penal bunker. It was avoidable. I mean, I put myself there by trying a shot that was risky. But that was, note to self for future reference. You do not want to even remotely take on that bunker. Play it out to the left and just don't even try to take that on. I ain't gonna get up. Well, the elevation on this hole is really kicking me in the you-know-where. I'll just be glad to get this hole over with. Hey now. None of my NFC North brethren should be talking. Nobody else in the NFC's North's won a Super Bowl since the Reagan administration. Oh, okay, I don't pick on Lions fans. I feel sorry for you guys. You did sweep us last year, though, so you have that, but... No. Okay, that deserves a bad hammer right there. Bears, my goodness. But doink a doink. That's all I gotta say, but doink a doink. I almost think if I take 2 wood here... I'm like right in between clubs. It's unique for sure. Well, I think if I hit the 2 wood, because you got this little neck here, I mean, it's kind of a punch bowl green. I mean, if you hit the perfect shot, you could fly this bunker, roll down here, and cozy up. But the problem with 2 wood in this wind is, I mean, the shot's it's calling for you to hit a draw. And we've got a major fade wind here. I think, however, if I take out the driver, and if I maybe try to hit a draw to fight the wind, I might be able to hold it a little bit here. Oh, nope. It did not hold. But I'll be able to chip this one. No, I don't have a putt line. Yeah, I definitely don't have a putt line here. Oh, speaking of, I forgot to put up in the stream exactly what game we're playing. Silly me, just give me a second here. Oh, no one wants to hear me twice. Hell, I don't even want to hear myself twice. There, that's better. We'll take that. Well, we'll get one of them back. Thanks for Bakian again. Welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us. Mayday here, doing a playthrough of Big Pine Valley GC. This is one of the alternates in the Major Championship Design Challenge for TGC Tours. Thanks for hanging out with us on this Wednesday evening or whatever time of day and or day it is where you are checking us out from. I know TK from Down Under, it is Thursday morning for him. Feel free, though, as I'm playing through, if you see something, shout it out in the chat. Okay, and the other thing I like, just kind of the routing, the overall flow of the course, we had that real difficult par 5, and now we've followed it up with a drivable par 4 and a gettable par 5, excuse me. Real difficult par 4, I should have said, back on the 4th. Now, I wonder... Vlad, I'm going to try to break this course on you. What's up, Han? Do a Dan special right here and use the wrong fairway. .271 down 51. Yeah. Honestly, here the wise plays probably to lay up right about in here and take the wedge. Because I'm probably going to land it right here on this downslope. And if I do, it's probably going to finish somewhere about here, and I'm going to be left with something possible. Unless I hashtag play for chips. Well, seeing it, at least here, Vlad, I don't know if I would have had a much better angle playing off the left side. I mean, definitely. I mean, if you had, hold on, let me get my I mean, if you had the pin over here, then all day we'll take it down the left side because that opens up this half of the green. But where this is, and especially if you had the pin in here, I'm thinking this right side is the better angle. Well, there's no laying up on this stream unless you absolutely have to. Hashtag playing for chips. Or flops. This is another one that is going to run out very quickly on me. So you've defended this play really well, because this is going to be really hard to stop up by the hole. And I fasted it. Nope, not going to get away with that one. Hey, I never said I was the world's smartest golfer. Especially in this game. Nope. Well, I've thought defiantly the whole round, and it's really bit me in the behind. It definitely makes you think, too. What in the world kind of... What is this? What sort of fish is this supposed to be, Vlad? I know it's supposed to be some kind of a fish here, but what are we going for? It's kind of cool, actually. Technically, I'd probably like to see this edge rounded off a little more. Again, that's more kind of an aesthetic thing. And I'm guessing you use splines here. I would have probably rounded off the corners here. A shark tooth. Cool. And it looks like another bunker that, well, aptly named, because if you get in there, it's going to bite. Alright, this... Shh! TK is testing his course again. Don't anybody tell him. Yeah, this is a tough shot in. Especially with a green that runs away. We'll see how this plays as a general... As a general thought, I'm not a big fan of having long irons into the greens that slope front to back. But, I mean, it looks like you have a chance to stop it up on that tier. Well, why do you always got to play test when I stream, TK? That was not a good swing. But we might get lucky here, actually. This might get lucky. That's going to work out real well, actually. Well, fine. See if... Get someone else to join you later on tonight. See if I care. Ooh, that feels like stealing a stroke, to be honest. That feels, that feels like picking up a half stroke on the field there, making a 3. Oh, nice little outcroppings here, a rock. Like how he's done that. These almost look like flames, like you're kind of experimenting with your bunkers here. Well, actually, in this wind, I don't think it's that daring of a shot. That was a poor swing on my part, though. That was not my best swing. Oh, well. Alright, so this is actually playing closer to 145 when all is said and done. Gonna have to loft her up a little bit. Oh yeah, Brian, there's no questioning what theme this is whatsoever. Alright, use that slope. Look at this. Oh, look at that. That's robbery on that hole. Vlad, I'm sorry, I robbed you blind on that hole. I did not deserve a birdie at all. I got very, very lucky on my second shot. Grass bunker. Nice. I know a fellow who did a grass bunker on his last course. Again, I can see actually probably about 5 spots you could put pins. Put it there, put it back here, one in this tier. You could put one right there. You could really be diabolical and tuck one right in there. It's brutalish, to be sure, but in this wind, I think it helps me out. I think this wind helps me on this hole. Playing it straight back into the breeze. I would not want to play this pin in downwind conditions. Alright, that didn't hold up as much as I thought, but we're on. The mistake there's long. You definitely don't want to be short, so we'll take that. Come on. Hello. Now, how about this adventure on the front nine? 5 birdies and a triple. All right, see you, Kevin. I'm just going to try this. I'm a little concerned about this birch tree right in front of me. Whether that's going to affect my play line. Hey, Matt. So I'm just going to test it out here. Hopefully this is just a visual intimidating aid and it doesn't affect the shot. Yep, we're good. But it plants a little seed of doubt in your golfer's mind. It's like, okay, is my trajectory going to get under that? Do I have to play around it? I mean, as long as it doesn't actually affect the tee shot. Oh, you know it, Matt. Go Pack, go. Well, I'm from Wisconsin. I'd be excommunicated out of the state if I weren't. Yeah, I don't even want to hear who you think the best is. Probably Mr. Saggy Balls himself. Yes, I see that. Lots of Oscar Bravo here to contend with. So I think the safe play, is to try to use this little shoulder right here and feed it right down into this area. I think that's your safe play. Yeah, no. Honestly, Matt, we as Packer fans have been really, really spoiled. To go from Favre to Rodgers, 25 plus years of just phenomenal quarterback play, we've had it pretty darn good. As Gary Koch would say, we've had it better than most. Yeah, I can see where, I mean, you're bringing doubled into play, definitely making that out of bounds, but, you know, design theory-wise, I'm not terribly thinking, you know, that's a bad strategy, because, I mean, if you were to land down there, I mean, pretty much your only play if you landed down there would be either back to the other fairway or back into the 10th fairway. So, that or taking it unplayable. And if you take it unplayable, you almost might as well make it out of bounds. So I'm okay with that. I think I might have started that out too high. Man, I don't know if I'd say Rodgers is better than Favre. I mean, that's an excellent debate to have. He's a lot less stressful as a fan to watch than Favre. Because every time Favre put the ball in the air, you knew it was either going to be a big play or an interception. You know, one of those two things was bound to happen. And you were holding your frickin' breath every single time he dropped back. With Rodgers, I mean, he so rarely makes a mistake, almost to a fault. But, I mean, it's a lot more comfortable watching him play. Exactly. That's exactly my point there, Matt, too. I mean, that's why he's as a fan, I mean, I get much fewer grayer hairs watching him play than I ever did watching Favre play. What's this green doing here? Alright, wind going one way, slope going the other. Let's try this. I think we got that pretty set. All right. Yeah, Cunningham, he was good. Oh, the Packers defense historically has seemed to struggle when it comes to mobile quarterbacks. I mean, you know, Cunningham back in the day, Michael Vick, I mean, heck, even Kaepernick, I mean, gave the Packers fits. Russell Wilson to some extent. That green bears some resemblance to a gooey duck, and I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't mind the sightline off the tee here. Trying to figure out what that bunker's supposed to be. Okay, decision time. Because once again, we go for it. We come up short. I mean, this looks to be certain death. Play it out here. Oh, yeah, I guess I can kind of see that. Baby beluga. Anyway, I'll stop. It seems like hitting it right here is about probably the best place. Even then, that's going to be a tough two-putt. Oh, yeah, what I'm enjoying about this course, man, is there are some very penal spots on this course, to be sure. But it's not like he's forcing me right into him. I mean, if I hit it in here, I have no one to blame but myself. You know, go back to 4. I mean, me driving it into that bunker and ended up taking 3 shots to get out, I had no one to blame but myself. I didn't need to take that shot on. I decided to. I risked. I failed. I paid the price. I'm okay with that. And the reason I'm okay with that is because you have options. I didn't have to take that shot on. I don't have to take this shot on. And in this case, I'm deciding it's not the better option. So I'm just going to play it to the center of the green and try to take my chances at a long 2-putt. You know, it might take 3 out of play, but I'll also take 6 out of play. And more likely than not, I mean, you know, the very worst I'm going to make now is 5. Very worst I'm going to make is 5. There's a chance there's a decent chance I get up and down for 4. And if I get really lucky, we still could make a 3. Is that going to catch that ridge? Come on. See, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, that was a relatively stress-free birdie. Oh, I totally agree, Matt. That's the thing. I mean, some of these guys just, thanks, Vlad. I mean, they just, want it to be, I mean, they want to play on autopilot. I don't want these guys to play on autopilot. I mean, I want them to be grinding around the course. Not that it's artificially difficult or tricked up, but, I mean, I want them thinking about every single shot, considering the options, considering the strategy, considering the angles. And this course has definitely done that for me. I think with that wind, driver was going to be too much, so yeah, I like where we're at there. And actually, if you notice my play time, I mean, usually I've been clipping through these playthroughs at about an hour a clip. It's taking me much longer because I'm really having to think about what I got to do here. This is one aesthetically, I probably would have rounded off this edge. It's not going to do anything play-wise because you already got that bowl down here. But I would have probably just rounded off that edge of the green to kind of match the line of your light rough. And it looks fairly obvious that you've used shapes here. I mean, here's the figure 8 brush. I mean, that looks like a stock brush. Looks like you used a square brush there, so. And it's tough to do on the greens, especially because you don't have that if you're using shapes and not splines. First off, but if you're using shapes and not splines, for whatever reason, HB doesn't give you the long, skinny oval where it's, got the rounded edges, but otherwise it's basically a straight line like it does for the fairways and the bunkers, and you can use that tool to round off the corners. So you've got grab one of those kidney-shaped brushes and kind of round off that edge, which makes it a lot harder to do when you're using shapes. Yeah, I think not overly comfortable hitting a 6-iron here, but I think it's the right play. I would say, though, Vlad, sightline-wise, I would have probably considered lowering this part of the fairway, especially this hump right here, lowering this down. So, I mean, you get more of this look from where I'm at, where you can see the water and see the trouble. Oh, I'll make it, TK. I mean, you didn't join me for the Young Guns rounds until 5 minutes before. Yeah, you're right, Vlad. I mean, I could use this slope and feed it down. And if I had a different wind, I may try that. But this wind's almost dictating I play a left or right shot. I mean, it'd be a lot more difficult to try to hold a draw into there. Ooh, I fasted, but I'm going to get away with it. Boy, I got away with that one. I probably would have given this pin a touch of smoothing. Thanks, Vlad. God, imagine where I'd be without that stinking triple bogey. Is that your bunny, Vlad, right there? Okay, so the strategy on this hole is kind of road holdy in a way. Where you really got to take on the trouble, and if you play it safe out to the right, you really got a tough angle in, although it's mitigated some by this backboard. I still think the play is to try to go left of this. Hey, J-Dub. Oh, my pleasure. I mean, this has been fun to do so far, for sure. Well, except for that tempo lottery on Timberknoll, but that was a little brutal, but alright. I'm thinking 7-iron, fight the wind, use the backstop. Whoa, I fought it too much. I'll be darned. As far as chip shots go, though, this isn't too bad. I don't mind this one. Solidly sitting at 5 under through 14. Another interesting green shape here. I'll say, Vlad, I don't know if you necessarily needed to have the rough come through here. I think, especially because you already have this ridge line through here, I think you might have been able to get away with the same effect rounding this corner off and making it green. I mean, because you're already defending this shot with this slope right here. Yeah, some of these greens are definitely interesting. I mean, there'd be more than one occasion where guys will have to pitch or flop within 100 feet just because their line's impeded. Not necessarily saying that's a bad thing, but it's just kind of the characteristic of this course. I feel like I've, except for one hole, I've gotten absolutely as much out of this round as I possibly could have. Alright. Alright, in this wind, it seems like just, this is one where you're going to want to play it out to the right and just take your medicine. I don't even try. Maybe with a fast you could take care of that bunker and clear it, but I already tried trying to take on a bunker with a fast once this round, and it did not work well for me. And it would have been borderline if I'd have cleared that or not. I think I'm glad I played that one safe. Be careful, don't go too long. What, on the second shot or the drive? Because I don't think there was a chance I could have gone long on that drive. I mean, yeah, if I go too long, I'm blocked out, but I think just the way the wind was blowing there, I don't think it was possible for me to overdrive that shot. Oh, let me think here. Problem is, now I've put myself between clubs. 4 iron's not going to get there. 2 hybrid is way too much club. Even lopping 25 off of this, it's still too deep, but I'd rather be long. Well, not that long. Not that long. I was pretty much dead there. I was smack in between clubs. Alright, Vlad, you know what I'm probably going to say by this point. Round off that edge. Yeah, that's about all I could do on that one. I did not have a good miss on that hole, really. What way are we breaking here? Yep, my first drop shot since the 4th, but that's a real tough hole in those winds. In that wind condition, that is a bear of a hole. Kind of like what he's done with the hedges there. That's not my call at the end of the day, Vlad, but I haven't really seen anything that wouldn't get it on tour. I mean, some of the stuff I'm pointing out is just more kind of a aesthetic and personal preference kind of things. I mean, from a playability standpoint, I've had zero issue with it. Not sure if I like a fast there, especially when it's going to get gobbled up by the wind. Okay, we're right. Come on, use that power slot. Let's go. Oh, boy. Alright, so... playing 129 without wind. Wind is dead into me at 16. So I'm basically adding 24 to this. Alright. So I'm thinking a couple of D-lofts on a 9-iron. Yeah, I thought the wind would throw that a little bit more, but that was the right club. That was definitely the correct club. Oh yeah, it looks like it almost switched back the other way right at the hole. Well, if not for a couple of bad holes, this round would have been so much better. And our streak continues. We've done 5 playthroughs now and 5 par 5s to finish. This is another kind of a Cape-style hole. How much do you dare to bite off here? And in this wind, okay, I'm trying to think here. What have you done with this water, though? Is that just the flatten brush, or have... It almost seems like there's an object of some sort in there. It's very short, but I mean, you see all the trouble here, Matt? It doesn't play that short in this wind either. City buildings, of course. I knew there had to be something to get that look. That is a neat little trick. Alright. Safely in the fairway. Okay, and we can have a go here. We can have ourselves a go. I may have sculpted this area up a little bit. And pretty much the main reason I say that is I'm kind of down in this valley and I lose the side of the water. I mean, I get a little bit of the steaming and whatnot. Now, granted, I know the optimal play is probably right about in here. But if, I mean, raising that up just a little bit would give you the same view from a little further back out. And we're not talking much. I mean, that's maybe a matter of 2-3 feet. And it completely would change the look of this shot. I know I'm going long, but once again, that's me not having the right club in my bag for that shot. Smack in between clubs. There was nothing I could do about that. Yep, time to break out Mr. Floppy Flatursky. Oh yeah, and that's what it's all about, Vlad. Get up. That needed to go about another yard and would have been perfect. This is like a rainmaker kind of putt here. Oh, yeah, oh, it's a very nice course, Vlad, and I can't wait to see how you build off of this one in your next course. Oh, that's way too high. Jeremy Michael. So help me if I can't make par on this hole. Okay. Oh, Matt, that's my whipping name. Only my wife can call me that when I want her to. But anyway, that was Big Pine Valley GC by Vlad the Mert. Our alternate, first alternate, the TGC Tours Major Championship Design Challenge. Should anybody in the field of 24 not finish prior to our midnight April 15 deadline, Vlad's course would be in. And I got to tell you, if this course makes it into the official field, you know, I'd be interested to see how it does. I mean, there's some technical things, polish-wise, that could be cleaned up. I know he played around with the bunkers a little bit. It led to some inconsistency. You had, you know, some that were really smooth, rounded edges. You had then some of those kind of funky Reeb-style bunkers in there with the advanced edit shapes and brushes. Wasn't the most consistent, but playability-wise, I mean, it was a difficult course, but it was a course that couldn't be conquered without some good planning and thinking. And I enjoyed the challenge on this course. It really made me think for the first tee to the 18th green, and that's a big part of what we're looking for in this contest. So I will be very interested to see how this course does if it gets into the field of 24. So, well, I will be stepping aside here for a moment. I will be joining Tanaka and the gang. Scott will be joining us as well. Diamond Cutters coming up at the top of the hour, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central. I will be back on my channel following the Diamond Cutters tonight with another TGC Major playthrough. We will be playing Empire Pines by Dylan Bronson. And again, that comes up after the Diamond Cutters tonight. So we're looking at approximately 10:30 Eastern, 9:30 Central Time. So until then, I'll catch you on Diamond Cutters in a little bit over on TK's channel. And until then, this is Mayday signing off. We'll talk to you all later. Have a good night, everybody.